Besties, welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you're new. I'm B. This smells so good. Oh my gosh. I haven't had Earl Grey tea in forever. Sorry, this made me laugh because I still remember like this comment I got on my brainstorming vlog where I was holding my mug this same way and someone was like, it looks like your mug is floating when you like let go of it, which I think is so funny because it definitely does, but so good. Anyway, welcome back to a writing vlog. I'm so excited for today's vlog. I'm planning on having a very productive day. It's gonna be kind of saving a half-wasted day because it's like 1 p.m. now, but we can still be super productive. But anyway, welcome to the writing vlog. I am so excited. I'm so excited to write. I've been in the mood to write recently, and I think that's because I've been reading a lot in the past few days. I feel like all the videos I've posted so far this year kind of feel like a series to me. I graduated end of the year last year, and like I mentioned to you guys, my goal was to write full-time, and then I did my 2025 reset and I set my goals for the year, and my goals are to finally get around to querying this year, and really soon actually, because I plan for this to be the last draft of the romance novel that I'm working on, Into the Limelight, or as I also call it, Project ITL. That's the romance novel that I'm working on right now. I'm working on draft 3, so I'm in the revision stages, and I'm hoping to polish this enough that I can start querying it. So yeah, that was like my big major goal for this year. And then in my last vlog, as you could see, I was kind of trying to get myself out of a slump, and it's because even though I've graduated and I have a lot of time isn't the only roadblock when it comes to writing. Sometimes it's the motivation to do it, and I tried out a few different methods of getting out of it in that vlog. One was reading a lot, and that's like the thing that usually works the most for me, because when I'm reading those stories I'm like itching to get back to writing one of my own. So I just finished, wait, I'm gonna bring the book up. I actually just finished reading The Partner Plot by Christina Forrest. I was going back and forth between this, an ebook, and an audiobook, and I've been getting through audiobooks so quick lately because I've been crocheting. And not to start this off so rambly, but like I have to show you the Kindle case that I crocheted because I started crocheting in my last vlog, and then I told you guys in my video where I was kind of setting this new writing space up, which so exciting that I have this. Go check out that video if you want all the details on this space reno. But here's the Kindle case that I was crocheting in my Getting Out of Writing Slump vlog. I turned it into a coaster because it was the wrong size. Like, I have a Kindle Paperwhite, which is bigger than the Kindle she was making it for, and this is when I was starting off, and then this is when I was getting a little bit better, so you can see it like tightens up here. So yeah, but honestly I love it. I think it's so cute on my desk. It matches, and it's so great for my drinks. So there we go. This is the case, you guys. It's a little pouch for my Kindle. Those of you who follow me on Instagram already saw it on my story, but it looks like this. It's checkered, and I did like scalloped edges around it, and it also has a button so it unclips, and then there's my Kindle. I'm obsessed with this. It's just such a cool feeling holding something that you made, and it's like I turned a ball of yarn into this. It's pretty cool. So very excited about that. So current project is this like cropped tank top situation I'm gonna try to make. Like we'll see how it goes. I have a trip planned in the upcoming future, so I was like, if I could save money by making some shirts, that'd be fantastic. It's like a warm destination, so we'll see how that goes. I'll keep you guys updated, but it's not crocheting time, it's writing time. What was I saying before? Right, so I spent a lot of time reading recently, and I just finished this. I'll put my review on Goodreads and Fable because I haven't logged the 2 books that I've read so far this year, but I will do that for my besties on Goodreads and Fable. But anyway, later on today we're probably gonna have to choose another romance book to read because I need to be reading a romance at all times because that is what I write, and reading other people's happily ever after makes me desperate to get back to writing my own. So we are gonna write. Despite my kind of writing slump for the past few weeks, month, whatever, I'm really liking how draft 3 is coming out for my romance novel. I really like the process of taking something I've already done and making it better. And where we're at right now, I've finished 3 chapters. I finished writing the 4th chapter, but I'm still doing a couple passes over it, and then I can move on to the next one. But it's mid-January, and I'm still kind of, like I said, my videos that I've been posting kind of feels like a series because I feel like I'm slowly transitioning into being a full-time writer, and I've tried a couple author routines in the past, and you know, I don't have a routine yet, and I'm kind of trying to slowly find my own routine. I know like I did Emily Henry's routine. She started off her day with Wordle and had a goal of 2,000 words a day. Some people are like, I'm gonna carve out a specific time in the morning and I have to write in that time period. Or maybe some people like, you know, if you work a 9 to 5, you're like, oh, I want to write at night. I just love the idea of having a daily writing routine, and I don't have one right now. So I think I'm gonna keep testing things out and just see what works, because right now I'm just writing when I feel like writing, and I definitely want to change that. So we'll see. Maybe the next video in this series is me taking a week to kind of try out different routines and see what works well for me. But for now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set a goal and try to stick to that. And I can't do like a 2,000 words a day or whatever, however many words a day goal, because I'm revising, I'm not drafting, so editing isn't really my focus. I think if I'm gonna set a realistic goal, it will be to edit a certain amount of chapters a day. And like I mentioned before, I do have a trip coming up, and it's quite a long one, so the deadline that I put into Scrivener is end of March, and I feel like that's very realistic for me. I do want to be writing on the trip. I am going to bring my laptop, but I can't guarantee that I'll get a lot of words in, because the whole point of a vacation is to go out and explore the place you're in, but obviously I will still have moments where I can write. So end of March gives me actually a lot of time. It's kind of overshooting when I can be done this, because I have 25 chapters to work on. I'm working on chapter 4 right now, and if I set a goal to write or to edit a chapter a day, which realistically I know that there are some days where I'm gonna be able to do that and some days where it'll take me maybe 2 days or 3 days to work on a chapter, but let's just say I set a goal to work on a chapter a day, that would put me well before the end of March. So I'm going to set the goal for a chapter a day, because that way I'm pushing myself to hit that goal. And it's okay if I don't, it's okay if I take a couple days on a chapter, but if I'm pushing myself to do a chapter a day, I'm way more likely to accomplish this, and I want to for sure be done this draft by the end of March. That is my goal. So with that being said, I'm gonna stop yapping and get to writing. I've been seeing this thing on TikTok where people do immersive reading, where they'll turn on a timer for an hour and just no distractions, just sit there and read for an hour. And I want to try that with writing. It's basically a writing sprint. I do writing sprints all the time, but I wanted to do an hour off the bat and see how that goes. Like, my phone will be on the other side of the room. You know what? I don't even know where my phone is, and that's the point. So see ya in an hour, phone, wherever you are. But yeah, I'm just gonna lock in for an hour, see how much I can get done, and hopefully by the end of today I'll have chapter 5 done. I'm working on chapter 4 right now, but I'm just going through, I've already written it, like rewritten it, just doing a couple passes through. So after that, I have to start chapter 5, finish that, and do a couple passes through. So my goal by the end of today is to finish draft chapter 5 at the least. Let's do it. Cheers. That time of the day where I am feeling a bit of a slump and need a little bit more energy, and my perfect fix for that is a Magic Mind productivity shot. I've been taking these for quite some time now, and I absolutely love them. They're productivity shots, and they come in these cute little bottles, and I've worked with Magic Mind quite a few times before, but this month they're having a mental wealth campaign, which I think is so important. I've been so much happier lately, and it's definitely because I'm prioritizing my mental health in as many ways that I can. I'm allowing more time to do things that make me happy, and I'm also limiting things that trigger my anxiety, and one of them is caffeine. So this has been a game changer. It's not meant to be a caffeine replacement. I still have my cup of coffee a day, which makes me so happy, but any more than that and my jitters are through the roof. So this is perfect for my midday slumps. It's something you can just add to your daily routine, just like taking a vitamin, and I just love taking it when I've hit the point of the day where I need an extra boost of energy, but I don't want to grab another coffee or an energy drink, and I'll just take a shot of this, and it's so good. It has amazing ingredients. It has nootropics, adaptogens, vitamins, and I just like to take it like a shot. I also like making iced lattes with this, but because it's cold out, I'm just gonna take it like a shot for today. It's so refreshing. I keep these in the fridge, and I'm telling you guys, if you don't do this, please start doing it. It's so refreshing like this. Okay, I am ready to get back to the writing. But great news, if you guys want to add Magic Mind to your daily routine, you can head to magicmind.com/SVEEJAN for 45% off your order. And something really special that they're doing is that they're donating a portion of each bottle sold to mental health charities that help US homeless communities. Let's make 2025 the year we prioritize our mental health and wellness. I want to take a little reading break so that I'll technically be be doing reading writing sprints. Sorry if my heater is loud right now. And since I just finished the partner plot, I need a new romance to read. Because like I said, I always have to be reading one, so let's choose a romance for my physical TBR. Honestly, I feel like I've been reading a lot of adult romance lately, but I'm writing a YA romance, so I'm gonna choose a YA romance. And I think it's gonna be Check and Mate. I'm so excited to read this because it's Ali Hazelwood. I love Ali's writing so much. She has banter like no other. It's so good and so effortless. And I've never read a YA novel of hers. I think her other ones were both adult romances. So I'm very, very, very excited to read this. And obviously, if you couldn't tell, it centers around chess. And I love chess. I'm not like super good at chess, but it's still really fun for me to play. Feel free to pause and read the back if you want to know what it's about. But yay, I'm going to start reading this one. Okay, update guys. It is now 6 p.m. I've transitioned from editing my previous chapters to working on chapter 4, like I said I was working on before. And I think I'm gonna take a break to eat dinner. I've had a long enough session that I'm feeling the need to take a break, step away, and then come back to this. I'm 700 words into chapter 4, and I've just started the reactionary phase. So the setup has happened, the inciting incident, and now we're in the reaction phase where Ray is letting panic and fear take over logic and is declining the proposition. And the proposition for Jordan and Ray's PR relationship was the inciting incident. So now she's kind of in that reactional phase. And in my new outline, this is going to be 2 chapters. So chapter 4 and chapter 5. So I'm happy with where we're at. And that's another reason that I'm spending so much time on the first 2 chapters, is because that's where I've made the most changes, like structural changes in my new outline. The rest is kind of still in place. It just needs to be rewritten, but these ones needed to be shifted around here and there. So after this chapter, nothing else is being shifted. So that's why I'm taking quite a bit on this one, is because I'm moving some things around that previously, and like my previous draft happened in the setup phase, but now it's going to be in the reaction phase. As Ray returns to her unfulfilled life and is like, no, I'm totally fine, lying to herself. And something will happen that will give her the push, like, okay, I have to do this. So yeah, I'm really excited. I literally love this story so much, and I just gotta write it so that it comes to life. So yeah, I'm very excited. We're making progress. I'm gonna have dinner because I think I need fuel, and I'll update you guys when I update you guys. It's the next day, and I pulled out the bullet journal. Some of you might remember that I used this as a reading journal, but didn't really keep up with it. The spreads in here are really pretty though, but I decided I'm just gonna use this as a bullet journal for whenever I need to do a spread of any sort, and just kind of have an amalgamation of different spreads in here by the end of it, which will be kind of nice to look back on. So I was thinking of making a tracker for this draft. I feel like it'll motivate me more for accomplishing my goal that I've set, because I do this for every like NaNoWriMo that I'm a part of. So I was like, why not do it for this? And instead of having it be for every 10K that I hit, or wait, I think I went by like every 1K for the tracker that I made. I'm gonna do every single chapter. So I'm gonna make 25 boxes for this, and then I'll leave room in case I add a chapter. And if I scrap one, I'll just like white it out. Not a big deal, but I feel like this will be nice for me to see my visual progression of how much I'm getting done. So I'm gonna make my tracker, but while I make my tracker, I want to respond to the questions that you guys sent in for the 20K Q&A. I sent them in on my Instagram and also on my YouTube, and I haven't gotten around to answering them yet. I'm so sorry guys, but I really want to, so I figured we'd do that now. And if you do not want to watch the Q&A, no hurt feelings, I'll put the time stamp on the screen where you can skip to when it's done. But if you're staying, hey, excited that you're here. Vlogging truly feels like I'm hanging out with you guys. Like, I love it. But yeah, let's chat while I make my tracker. Let me pull up your guys' questions. Oh my gosh, I got a lot of questions on querying. I forgot. Will you share your querying journey? When do you plan on querying? One comment is literally just querying. Like I mentioned, I do plan on querying. That is my ultimate goal, actually. Not just for the romance novel that I'm working on right now, but for all of the novels to come. So hopefully by the end of March, I'll be in the position where I can start querying, but definitely this year for sure. And I absolutely will be sharing the journey. I plan on doing a whole querying vlog, so who knows how long it's gonna take if I don't get accepted this year, but I'm not putting that out there. Gotta be hopeful. But I've seen Lindsay Puckett's querying journey vlog is a vlog that I still think about to this day. I still rewatch it sometimes because I'm like, it's so motivating and inspiring, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I want that for myself. And she includes all the nitty-gritty in it, so it's like a very realistic insight into what it's like to query. And I watched Lynn's recently, and I think it'd just be so nice for me to have that and be able to see it and watch it back. So I definitely will be filming that and definitely sharing it with you guys. We have the title done. Hopefully that's focused, but I'm proud of that. Time to make 25 boxes. I think it was 25 chapters, right? Wait, this question's so exciting. If you had to host your dream book launch event, what would it be? That is actually such a huge dream of mine, is to host a book launch event. Or honestly, like, not really have a, like, I want to celebrate it, but I don't know if I necessarily want it to be super public, like, oh, like, invite however many people and stuff. Honestly, I think I would do, like, close friends or just immediate family, and maybe, like, bake a cake for my, like, kind of like a book birthday kind of thing. But dream book launch event, I feel like that's so boring what I'm saying, but that's what I would want to do. But I think it'd be cool. Oh, I think it'd be cool to have it at like a library or a bookstore and have like a bunch of appetizers that are like themed for my book, and like themed drinks and appetizers, and yeah, having it at a bookstore or my local library or any library would be so cute. I think that'd be my dream book launch event. And now I want to know what your guys's are. I'm so curious. Someone asked what inspired you to start writing and write your own book, and also what age you started writing. I was really young when I started writing. I think the first book that I've ever written was when I was 6. Like beginning of one. I wish it still existed somewhere because I want to read it so badly, but it was on like those ancient like computers, the one that we had at that time, and it's gone. I just know it because that computer is gone. I have no idea where it is, but I wish I could read it. I think the reason I was so young is because we just read a lot as kids. Like our parents would take us to the library every weekend. We spent so much time at the library. It was like our second home. Like they would do work and stuff, so we would just go immediately to the kids book section, spend hours reading backs of books, pulling them out, seeing which books we wanted to read, and then we'd go to the couches with a stack full, and then we'd sit there and just read the first book and then put it down, and then read the next book, put it down. I have so many vivid memories of that, and I think because of that I just wanted to write my own really early on. What's your favorite part to write in your books? Lots of love. Love you so much. What's my favorite part? Okay, this might sound evil, but I think it's the part where I trap my characters together. So far I've written all enemies to lovers basically, and the inciting incident is something that like forces them together in some way, like one way or another, and I think that's the most fun part to write. I am just now realizing, yeah, I do this in every single romance novel that I've written so far. Conditions attached, it's the fact that they've inherited the house together. Project ITL, it's that they have to work together. Project Soulmates, which was the first one that I wrote, was that they were matched together in like the soulmate ceremony. So it's definitely that part. It's juicy. We love it, and we know what's gonna come out of it, and it's gonna be amazing. So maybe it's not super evil. What's your favorite genre to write? Romance, 1010%. It's what I read the most. It's what I have written the most. I don't know the exact reason, but I just love it so much. I have also written, not fully finished, I think I did one draft of one. I don't know why I don't count that. I should count that. I finished the first draft of it, of a dystopian, and it was not great. But I'm not counting off other genres in the future. I do have a novel that I'm planning very slowly because it's going to be very intricate, and it's a fantasy novel, and I don't know if I will ever actually write it. It's definitely one that if I write it, it'll have to be like way in the, like I need to do a lot of planning and plotting for it, but there's that. What books / authors inspired you to start writing? Again, I started writing very young, but I will say that I'm very inspired by Emily Henry's books. I love that she writes romance, but they're more than a romance. They explore a lot of deeper themes, and I want to do the same with my novels, so she inspires me a lot for that reason. One thing a lot of writers struggle with is confidence in their work, so I'd like to know, at what point did you believe enough in your writing ability to decide that you weren't going to be stopped by anything or anything? That's a great question, and I would love to think that I've hit that point, but I don't think that I have. I think doubt is something that a lot of writers carry, especially when comparing your writing to other writing or polished writing. I've experienced it in my degree, comparing my writing to others in my class who are supposed to be at the same level but who feel 5 steps ahead sometimes. Or even just comparison aside, sometimes I reread my work and I'm like, am I even a good writer? But at the end of the day, I know it's a craft that I'm going to continue to hone, and for now, what's enough to push me forward is knowing I love my story, I like my story, I want it out there, and I'm confident that if I do, someone, at least one person out there will as well. I think there are a lot of people out there who have stopped writing due to fear, but I think it's so important to do it afraid because you never know what could happen. And if you love your story story, I know there's someone out there who will love it as well. So that's what I tell myself as well. What was your inspiration for your projects? I literally got the idea for Into the Limelight, the one I'm working on right now, from a dream that I had years ago. It was me and my celebrity crush at the time. I don't remember who it was. I wish I could give you the juicy details. I don't remember. But we were asked to be in this PR relationship, and it was like a fake dating kind of thing. And that's all I remember from it. I have horrible memory for my dreams. Like as soon as I wake up, I forget like 90% of it. But I remember just like thinking that could be a great base for a novel. And so I wrote it down in my notes. I have a list in my notes app of random story ideas that I can use to work off of later. And so I took this idea and I expanded it, and it became this. Why am I pointing at my bullet journal? It became Into the Limelight. It's turned into this really fun romance, kind of giving me Disney Channel original movies vibes if you guys are my age and grew up with like Starstruck and Let It Shine. It feels very much like those kind of movies, which I absolutely love, but then under the surface it deals with the theme of identity and self-acceptance. So yeah, it started off as a dream and then it blossomed from there. For conditions attached, I just thought of it. Honestly, I wish I had more exciting like answers, but I believe I just sat down and like thought of some ideas, and I think the important, or a tip, come up with story ideas is just ask what if a bunch of times. Like, what if I did this? And then, but what if this happens? And then what if on top of that you add this? And it was a story idea that I really wanted to read. So I was like, I'm gonna write it. And that's just how I choose an idea and know that it's something that I want to write. We are making good progress on this, you guys. This is what it's looking like so far. I don't think this is in focus, but whatever. Are you a Christian? I just noticed you post a lot of Bible verses. I am a Christian. I am Roman Catholic. I've grown up going to church every Sunday, and I've loved posting Bible verses in my intros recently because I just find them so positive and uplifting, and for me it's a way to share a part of who I am and my faith, which is super important to me. So, and it means so much when I can connect with some of you guys through that. Please do a live write with me. We miss you. I miss it. I miss the live writing streams. I haven't done one in so long, but every time I do one, I have so much fun that I ramble and I don't want to get off, and it ends up being super long, and I miss that. Okay, I think I've answered all the questions. Thank you guys so much for sending them in. This was so fun. It feels like having a little bestie chat. And right on time because I finished the tracker. Maybe if my face is in it, it won't focus. I underestimated or overestimated how much space I had, so it's a little cramped, but now we just fill it out, which is so exciting. So I can fill out 4, and hopefully by tonight, no, the goal is by tonight to fill out 5. We need to finish chapter 5 today. At least the first rewrite, at least. I have my little crayons here, so I'm gonna fill this out and then make dinner because I'm really hungry, and then have a cozy little evening writing session. I'm thinking some hot chocolate, a candle lamp. The candle lamp really makes me like want to write at night a lot because it's just so cozy, such cozy lighting. And then we'll spend some time with my characters, Jordan and Ray. Love them. Love them. I am so proud of myself for doing it, for sticking with the goal. So far, a chapter a day seems reasonable in the sense that I know it can be done. I just gotta put in the time and the effort, and I've very much enjoyed my writing sessions. So that's exciting. That's just such a great feeling, especially after a writing slump, which I've had for the past couple of weeks, is to fall back in love with writing and make some progress. So very excited to continue with this. And we are now one step closer to being done this draft and being ready to query. Yay! Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I love and appreciate all of you, and I wish you guys the best of luck on your writing projects. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!